In this video I'm going to be showing you how to manually install OpenCart software on your hosting account. So to do that we're going to have to download our latest version of OpenCart from the link which brings you straight to OpenCart. When we arrive at OpenCart we need to go to their horizontal navigation bar and select here the download. We need to scroll down the page a little bit to the downloads, and the latest version is 1.5.6, so we go over to the action and click download. Now this is going to be downloaded in a zip file which we'll need to unzip once the download has complete. Now that that's done, I'm just going to go down here and click on it. I'm using an evaluation free version of WinZip to unzip the file, so I haven't clicked on that. Then I go to unzip, drop down the tab, and here you can select where you want to unzip the file to. So I'm unzipping it to my desktop and go over here and click unzip. Next thing we need to do is download a free piece of software called FileZilla, and FileZilla is basically file transfer protocol software, FTP software, and this is the software we're going to use to upload our newly downloaded OpenCart software to our hosting account. Simply click on the link and that will bring us straight over to the FileZilla website. Now from here we click on download FileZilla client for all platforms, and again we have to click the green download button here, and as you can see it's downloaded over here. Next we just click it. It will ask us if, depending on your computer, etc. setup, if we want to allow the following program to make changes to our computer. So click yes, and it'll simply download the software. We can allow multiple users, or we can just have it that we can use it ourselves. As our login details for our FTP account can be stored on FileZilla, this may be something you want to consider for security purpose if loads of people are using your computer that only you can use it on your user account. Either way, we click next here. Desktop icon might just be handy, so we click that one. Click next. Next again. Click install. Now we're finished. We're just going to make sure that the Start FileZilla Now box is ticked here and click finished. Now FileZilla opens up, and basically what we have here is our computer, files and folders on our computer. For instance, it's already clicked at the desktop. What I've got on the desktop is my desktop folder, and here's our OpenCart folder here. Now in this section here, this will be where our website will be shown once we've connected it. So let's go ahead and do that now. To do that, we have to enter our host name, our username, password, port number, and click quick connect. Now our host name, etc. is in the email that we received from Airvix, and if you're hosting with someone other than Airvix, you'll have those details, I'm sure, somewhere. So let's just go over that email just for a recap on the details. And as we can see, FTP publishing information, our host name is our domain name, and our username is actually the same as the domain name because that's the name I've chosen as my username when I was setting up the account. My password isn't shown to me, but I do remember my password. So let's go back over now to FileZilla and enter those details here. Next we go to our OpenCart folder, and in the OpenCart folder there's a few text documents here if you want to read them: the licensing agreement, installation text, upgrade text, etc. But for now I'll just skip all that. Click into the upload folder. Now all of these folders have to be sent over to our public HTML folder, which is there basically, and we're showing it empty here. So I'm just going to click on the first one, hold down my shift key, click on the last one, and simply drag them across by holding down the mouse, letting the mouse go. I let go of the mouse. As you can see, it's uploading away. Now there is quite a lot of files, as you can see down here, in the queue to be transferred in. At the moment we've only got 25 and 30 transferred in. So this is going to take a little bit of time, again depending on your internet speed. What you can be doing while the upload is going on is logging in to your control panel, as we'll need to create a database. Now the database is where all your product information, customer information, etc. will be stored. So this is something I'm just going to do while this is uploading here. It's something you can do as well while your OpenCart software is being uploaded to your hosting. Now to do this, I'm just going to go back into my Arvix email and I'm going to click on the link for my control panel. I'm taking over to my control panel and I'm just going to log in. Now we're at the control panel. The first thing, there is a little pop-up here. It's a video showing you functions and features of your control panel. Well worth playing and going through your control panel. I'm not just going to do that at the moment because it's distracting us. I'm just going to close it down. It's something you can do yourself when you've got some time. So we're going to scroll down here, and as we're scrolling I'll just point out a file manager. This is where you can go in and have a look at your website as well, other than using FileZilla. So what we do is we scroll down all the way down till we see databases. Now we're going to use the MySQL database wizard to set up our database. So we simply click on MySQL database. Now we're going to create a database and we're going to give it a name. I'm going to call the database shop. Something that's worth just noting at this stage is the full database name is actually our domain name, which is underscore and then shop. So when we're asked later on to enter our database name, we'll be entering demo SOH underscore shop, or in your case whatever is wrote here, plus whatever name you choose for your database. So we've chosen shop and we're going to click next. Now next we're taken to a screen. We have to enter a username for the database. So I'm going to enter the name Paul and I'm going to put in a password, which is anything of your choosing, and create the user. Click create user there. Now the user is going to have privileges, so the user is going to need all privileges. So I'll click on the all privileges box there and then click next step. So as we can see, the username Paul, or should I say the username demo shop Paul, because it's got the prefix again here, demo shop underscore Paul, was added to the database demo SOH underscore shop. So again, when we're asked to enter the username, it will be the full username here. Now that we're done, we can simply go to our browser and type in our shop. In my case here, it's demosoh.com, and proceed from there. So the first thing we're met with is an installation, step 1, licensing. Just to agree, click here to agree to that and click continue. Now we've got little green circles with check marks in them, and we're just going to scroll down and make sure they're all okay. Now, as we can see, some of the permissions are incorrect. Just as well, from a training point of view, that we can go and fix those. Just click continue and it tells you what you need to do. So basically in the admin folder, config PHP does not exist. So there is a file there in the admin folder called config-dis.php. So we've got to rename that folder. So we'll go over to FileZilla again and we'll go into our admin. There is our config-dis.php. So we are going to right click and rename that file by simply deleting out -dis. So that's that done. Back over again the front end of our site, and we're going to refresh the site, and it tells us another one. Warning, config PHP does not exist. You need to rename config-dis to PHP to config.php. Now this is referring to not the one in the admin folder. So let's just go back over to FileZilla and we'll go up here, and as you see we have another config-dis.php which has got to be renamed by simply deleting that -dist out of it. Now let's go back over again to our website, refresh, click continue. Now we're at step 3 of the configuration. We leave MySQL as is, we leave host as is, and our username, remember I told you we need to make sure to put in the prefix with the underscore, and the username was Paul, and the password that we entered. The database name then quite simply was demo SOH underscore shop. We leave the OC underscore here as the database prefix. The admin is the default, which can be changed if you want later on. This is referring to logging into the back end of your site, and these are the details that you're going to need here. Put in a password here of your choosing, obviously something a little bit more secure than the one I've just chosen, and our email, and click continue. And basically that's it. We're finished, but one very important point is don't forget to delete your installation directory. Now to do this, we're just going to go back over to FileZilla, and the installation directory is basically contained in your public HTML folder, which is this one again, and there it is. It's simply called install. So you can right click and scroll down, delete it. Now let's just go over to the site again. Now here we are at the front end of the site, which has been pre-populated with the test products, etc. And we just go to the back end of our site. We enter our domain name with a / and then admin, admin, and that brings us to the back end of our site. And here is our username as was created, and our password, we enter it here and click login. And there we go. That is OpenCart manually installed on your hosting account.